If you truly want to turn trading into a full-time career, then you need to fix the psychology. I cannot be fearful, I cannot be greedy, or otherwise I'm gonna lose everything. And I couldn't be in these villas, I couldn't enjoy my life, have nice things. So I fixed my psychology. I'm going to actually tell you how can you fix your psychology very fast. I usually tell my students to do this. I did this myself. So what I did was So here's the truth. Psychology is 80% of trading, and if you cannot master it, then you lose forever. Think about it. 99% of the traders in the world are losing because of their psychological mistakes. But don't worry, because in this video, I will explain you everything that I've learned about psychology, how I was able to fix it and become profitable. And I've been trading for over 4 years, so take a seat, get out from the comment section, watch this video till the end, because I wish that I would have seen this video back when I started trading. This would have saved me a lot of money and time. So let's start. Alright, so first of all, we have to understand that in trading psychology, there are mainly two things that are keeping traders losing. It's greed and fear. First of all, I want to talk about greed, because greed was one of the biggest things that were holding me back. And I think you might have this problem as well. So think about it. When you get into the markets, you are greedy. Most likely, you are trying to make money. Think about it. When you're trying to make money in trading, you get into the markets and you start to see opportunities that actually are not there. You're not using your logic. You are just super hyped. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna make so much money today. And then the worst part is, if you win that trade, it's super bad, because then you're like, oh, I'm gonna make even more money. Let's make more money. So you take more trades, and then you lose a bunch of money afterwards, and then you're regretting it. And then you say to yourself that, okay, next time I'm going to follow my trading plan. I'm going to be disciplined. And then obviously you will not follow your trading plan the next time. But if you are struggling with greed in trading, you're trying to make money, then don't worry, because I was struggling with this the same as you. But listen, my turning point was me actually starting to focus on how can I improve as a trader and as an individual. I started to get into the markets and just not try to make money. I was like, how can I improve today? If I lost a trade, I was like, cool. Did I follow my risk management? Did I actually follow my trading plan? Was I emotional? What I started to do is I started to record myself trade live in the markets, because then I saw that, okay, I was actually kind of emotional taking that trade. I didn't use my logic. That setup wasn't actually there. I was just greedy. That's the thing. Most of the traders do not realize in the beginning that they are greedy. They think that, okay, it's the strategy. That's the worst thing you can do, is to switch the strategy afterwards. Because let's be honest, most traders are emotional. It's not their strategy's fault. Strategy is a big part of trading, don't get me wrong, but that's a different topic. But they blame the strategy, and then they switch their trading strategy, and then just they're losing forever. They're in an endless cycle of losing. They do not realize that it's their fault. You have to understand that in trading, it's not you versus the markets. It is you versus you. The reason why most of the traders in the world are losing is because they do not understand that it's you versus you game. It is not you versus the markets. Think about it. They always take a trade, they lose it, they get greedy, they get emotional, and then they're like blaming the markets. But instead, they have to take a step back and understand that it's their fault. That's a very big turning point for most people, because then they realize that, okay, I am in charge. I have to fix my life, I have to fix my trading, and then they can become profitable. And also, you have to understand that trading is a mirror of yourself. If you had a bad day, if you just argued with your girlfriend, with your mom, you broke your knee or something like that, you're gonna see it in the markets in terms of emotions. You're gonna be very frustrated. And also, if you are super happy during that day, then you're also gonna see that. You're gonna be very excited to trade. And what is gonna happen? If you had a bad day, you're gonna be emotional, you're gonna revenge trade, you're gonna take a bunch of trades for no reason, you're gonna see opportunities that are not there. So think about it. That's so crazy how much trading psychology is affecting all these traders in the world. And now I'm here to bring the facts to you and fix your psychology. But you have to also fix it after this video. You have to actually take action what I'm about to tell you. So what you have to do is get on self-improvement. Start going into the gym. Start building good habits. When you build good habits, you'll see it in the markets. And you have to understand that everything that you do counts. Everything turns into a habit. If you start going into the gym every Wednesday, every Wednesday and Friday, every single time for like maybe a month in a row, you'll start to do it as a habit, most likely. That's for me at least. I go to the gym for like 3, 4 times a week. That's a habit. All right. And for you, in trading, you have to do the same stuff. Imagine if today you would start to create good habits. You would start focusing in the markets. You would start to follow your trading plan. Everything is going to count. And once you start to stack those good habits, once you start to stack them, you will become profitable. That's what happened for me. Trading is you versus you, not you versus the market. It is a mirror of yourself. So master yourself and also understand that you cannot try to make money. What a lightning start. Let me move on to the fear part of trading. That is also you being emotional. You have to understand that when you have fear in the markets, you cannot make money. You are fearful. What happens when you're fearful? For me, it was cutting profits too early for no reason, doing a bunch of stupid mistakes, taking the trades at the wrong time because I was scared, and then I had FOMO and all that bad stuff. First of all, when you cut your profits too early out of fear, what is going to happen? I'm going to tell you what happened for me. I thought that I was profitable. I thought that I had a good win rate. I had a good win rate. Keep this in mind. I had a good win rate, but I was wondering, why the hell am I not making money then? I was starting to think that trading is a scam. But then I looked back at my trades that were winners. They were super small. They were super small. And my losers were big. Why? Because I cut profits too early for no reason. Now, how did I fix that? Well, the first step is to understand that you are cutting your profits too early and it's not doing anything good for you. What I started to do is I started to put my phone in the pocket after taking the trade and continue with my day. All right, I literally took the trade with my phone, if I traded with my phone that day, and put it in my pocket and continue with my day. I set stop loss and I set take profits and just watch the trade maybe in 6 hours, maybe in 10 hours. And then I was like, okay, cool. How can I improve more? That's how you fix that. And why is it also good? Why is it also good? Because you start to trust yourself more. You start to trust the strategy more. Nowadays, I don't have to do that. I can just look at the markets while I'm in the trade without being emotional because I already trust my strategy. I've proven into the markets that I can trade. My strategy works, etc. I've turned a bunch of my students profitable. So I have a lot of confidence in myself. You have to build that confidence, but do not get overly confident. Do not get greedy. Just be confident in a right way. That's how you can make money. Also understand that you cannot be fearful when you take a trade. If you have already backtested, if you have already taken a bunch of trades, don't be fearful. What you have to think like this: if you take this trade, what is the worst thing that can happen? If you said that I'm gonna lose my house, I'm going to have to start robbing the banks, then what does that mean? That means you are over risking. You're risking too much money. You're freaking over leveraging a lot of money. Start de-risking. Okay, that's exactly what I did. And all of a sudden I became less emotional. I became less freaking attached to the trade and I was less fearful. And literally the other day, I had this one guy DM me on my Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram, AdrielCash7. But think about it, he DM'd me and he said that I'm constantly blowing my trading accounts. I was like, what? You're blowing your accounts? How is that even possible? I obviously told them later that you have to risk properly, etc., etc. But you have to understand, you shouldn't be able to blow your accounts, meaning that you lose your completely lose your account. Because if you have risk management, you cannot. Think about it. If I risk 1% each trade, that would mean I would have to lose 100 trades in a row. Bro, that's crazy. How can I lose 100 trades in a row? And there has to be some sort of winners. Even for the worst trader in the world, it would be very difficult to blow their account if they would have risk management. So have risk management. And also, now that I talked about fear, now that I talked about greed, I'm going to actually tell you how can you fix your psychology very fast. I usually tell my students to do this. I did this myself. So what I did was I opened a $50 or $100 account. Very small account, but you have to understand that it doesn't matter. It is still your hard-earned money. I was flipping burgers for that money. I was flipping burgers for $9 an hour. That would be like 11 hours of my life because I was flipping burgers for $9 an hour. If it would be a $100 account, that's like about like that. But why is it important to open a live account, a small live account? Is because you are still attached to that money and you will feel the emotions kicking in. Now that's good. You may think that it's bad to feel the emotions, but it's good because every time that you feel the emotions kicking in, that's when you have the chance to neglect it. You would be like, oh, I'm not going to freaking be emotional this time. What is that? It's like a rep in the gym. You become stronger in the mind. When you go to the gym, you break the muscles when you actually lift. Then it becomes stronger later. When you meditate like this, and your mind starts to focus on elsewhere, some BS, and you then switch your freaking mind back to the meditation, back to breathing, then that's like a rep in the gym as well. Now in trading, when you feel the emotions, it's like a rep in the gym when you neglect it. When you say like, no, I'm not going to be emotional this time. It's a rep in the gym. It's a habit. Vice versa, when you actually let them emotions ruin your trades, take over you, then that's also a rep in the gym in a bad way. That it's like you eating junk food, you become fat. That's habits, man. Life is a bunch of habits. Your habits build you. So regardless, open that small trading account, start following your trading plan with it. Do not try to flip it. Do not try to do any stupid shit. That is purely for you to fix your trading psychology. All right, I guarantee you it will help. I guarantee you. Okay, if you try that, maybe for like 6 months with that small account. I know that's a big freaking, that's a big time. But you have to understand, psychology is 80% of trading. If you have your strategy, you have to fix your psychology. You cannot skip the fixing the psychology part. You cannot become profitable. What happens when you open the big account? You want to make money. You'll fucking lose it. You will fucking lose the account if you do not have your psychology. So that's why you need to fix the psychology ASAP. If you truly want to turn trading into a full-time career, then you need to fix the psychology. I guarantee you it will help a lot. I mean, you cannot become profitable if you do not fix the psychology. So understand that in trading, you cannot be fearful, you cannot be greedy, you cannot have any emotions, and you have to understand that a profitable day trader goes against his own human instincts. Think about it. I am profitable. I have a pretty big account now because I've been, locking in. I do make pretty good withdrawals, but I have to understand that I cannot make any stupid decisions. I cannot be fearful. I cannot be greedy. I cannot let the emotions ruin me, or otherwise I'm gonna lose everything that I've worked hard for. And I couldn't be in these villas. I couldn't enjoy my life, have nice things. So I fixed my psychology. All right, you guys, you have to understand how important the psychology in trading is. And I really, really hope that this video helped with you, resonated with you. If you found this video helpful, then make sure to comment down below what you thought about this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video to a friend who you think is struggling with trading psychology. All right, with that being said, I will see you on the other side. Peace out.